start to conference play than you anticipated, but good to finally get that win on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a great win. I think we needed it. Kind of jumpstart us a little bit, hopefully, going into a tough road trip. Yeah, definitely a tougher start to the league than I would like, but a lot of league left to go, man.
NCAA tournament team coming up on this road trip in North Dakota, I think Thursday.
Yep. They're a tough team, man. Well coached. They're huge inside. They got the 6'5" kid, and they're long at the guard spots. Athletic. It's a hard venue. I've been out there before, so I know it's a tough place to get wins. Reminds me of going to Missoula and playing with the crowd and all that stuff coming into effect. It's a hard place to get to, so we'll see. It will definitely test ourselves, I'm sure, on this trip.
I think in the past, usually, road trips have generally brought your team together. I think, they've enjoyed them in the past because they're spending time together. Is that something you're maybe hoping for materializes this time around?
I think we still are. They even though we didn't play well in Pocatello, I think we still had a good trip and bounced back good at Weber. So, the team has always traveled well the last 2 years. I think we've done well on the road. We've played well on the road, and I'm sure they're looking forward to the trip.
Kind of got to a rocky start, as you mentioned, in Pocatello. When you start on the road, what has to be different this time around?
Well, the good news is, we've played some games. We're not coming off a 10-day break or 11-day break to play. We played well Saturday. I think the confidence level is high. So, just got to come in focused and ready to go when they throw the ball up, man.
I know you said you're usually not worried about Allie, no matter how big the opponents are. Does that continue this week?
It continues. She's played against those big kids at UConn and Louisville, and she's played against the best of the best. And the kid from North Dakota is good. She's a good senior 6'5" kid who's been in their system for 4 years and excelled. So it'll be a great challenge for Allie. I told her, she was just up in the office, man. I said, all right, get ready, man. Here it comes. It comes a big challenge for you. And as always, she's like, all right, let's go.
After having a road trip and now having your home stand, what have you kind of learned about your team so far in conference?
Well, I think we found out that we need to rebound to be effective. We got to get down and play better defense. I thought, we played much better defense against Portland State than we did SAC, but SAC's kind of an aberration. It's a weird system as well. But I think we know we've got to keep people off the O boards. We got to rebound better, and when we play good defense, I think our offense kind of jump starts. By getting stops and going down and we got to finish inside too. We got to do a good job of getting to the rim and getting to the foul line more, because right now we're not shooting enough free throws, I think.
And you found your advantage last week. You had the height advantage. What are you kind of looking at this week to get the sweep on the road?
Well, that's a good question. I don't see a lot of weaknesses in North Dakota right now. So I think we're going to have to play good team basketball. I think it can't be just one person going out there, and trying to score all the points. I think, we're going to have to share the basketball well and play real good team basketball to get both wins, because, Northern Colorado is playing very well themselves. And, they have some weapons as well. So it's not just a one-game trip. It's a 2-game trip, and we're going to have to bring it both nights. All right.
Anybody else?
Actually,
Okay.
I know you mentioned the team basketball, but it seems like every week, whenever you need a big game, Stacy kind of comes through. Do you feel like now it's time for someone else to kind of have one of those big games, kind of like Brooke had?
Yeah.
Last Thursday?
Without a doubt. Stacy can't carry the whole load all year long, scoring wise, and thinks she's going to do it. That just can't happen. We need more scoring. Brooke, that was a great game, a breakout game for her, I thought, at SAC. Christina Salvatore needs to step up her game, scoring-wise, and we need to get some production from a few other people. The point guards in particular, I think, need to bring it. And like I said, total team effort. Yeah, it cannot just be Stacy. It's not Allen Iverson and the rest of the team or something like that, man. That's not the way we're built. So. She needs help on the scoring end, and people are going to have to step up and do it. And I know they're capable of doing it, and I think they know they're capable of doing it. So, it'll be interesting to see who does step forward on the road trip and contributes more than they've been contributing.
With that said, is it kind of more a schematic thing or kind of just a confident thing? As soon as they maybe some other players make a few shots, then they kind of get a rhythm and maybe have a big night.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing from their standpoint. It's certainly not the scheme. The scheme's built for everyone, equal opportunity offense, man. It always has been. That hasn't changed since I've been here. So, it's them knowing. A lot of it to me comes down to shot selection for some of them, and Christina in particular, she needs to take better shots. And attack the rim more. I'd like to see her doing that. Brooke really did a great job of shot selection against Sac State. So I think it comes down to shot selection and confidence. And once they hit a couple, you see the result. I think the Wyoming game is a really good example of seeing Christina come out on fire, man, knocking it down. Brooke starts knocking it down. Stacy's knocking it down. Connie, kind of everybody feeds off each other when it's not just one person doing all, trying to carry the load. So, yeah, love to see people get hot early besides Stacy, and then go in because, of course, in crunch time, we want Stacy to have the basketball.
Is it still a system where you kind of let them dictate if their shot is there?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if their shot's there and they're open, they better shoot it. It's one thing that I don't like is when you don't take wide open shots or don't take your shot. They know they have the green light and the freedom to take their shot, so they're not looking at the bench when they're shooting it. They might be looking inside themselves, but they're not looking over at me because they know they better shoot their shot.
All set.
All right, thanks guys.
Right, have a fun road trip
Okay,
out
man.
there in North Dakota.